skiing, and that means he's going for the full show. Once again,
You see how they all position there, folks.
Starting to collapse into our world famous Diamond 9. Reaching a height of over approximately 6,000 feet, the aircraft slowing to approximately 120 to 150 miles per hour before Red One brings it down and twists them around to the right in that Diamond 9. Red One, of course, in his second year as team leader, Red One's currently John Bond, known as Bondy. This is Bondy's 7th year in the Red Arrows. He took a year out in 2023. He's a former Typhoon pilot. He also flew the Tucano as a qualified flying instructor, and he flew the Tucano display in 2012.
Let's take a good look at that red paintwork there, folks.
Red
Just
8 and
shining
9
in
now
the
split
sun.
left and right and change shape from Diamond into 9 Arrow in from the right. As the smoke comes on, once again, the Red Arrow.
Smoke coming on.
On the right hand side of Red 1 is Red 2, Flight Attendant Rob Thomas. Rob is in his first year on the team. He was taken from training and immediately made into an instructor on the Hawk T1 at 208 Squadron at RAF Valley. He then joined the front line after completing his own training and flew the Typhoon.
I mean, it
He
doesn't
flew
get any more
operations over
entertaining than
Iraq and Syria. He's also been an instructor on 29 Squadron, the Operational Conversion Unit, all based at RAF Coventry. You now see that centre section move forwards as the left and right wings move themselves backwards. In one of the widest shapes that we fly, Red One continues to bring them around to the left. This is Swan. Once again, he pulls up at over 400 miles per hour in Swan formation. He gives the command unit to Red 8 and 9 slip inside and changes shape shuttle. So the expertise of the pilot dive and then it
that's a steep dive. I'd probably cry if I pulled up that high.
Before Red One starts to bring them back.
And it's upside down too.
The aircraft now starts to increase in speed. 200, 300, back to that 400 miles per hour before bringing them back round to the left. Those commands issued by Red One always to the bottom and pull the toes in the way to deliver it, and that's because we fly our formations by ear rather than by eye. That means the guys on the outside of the formation are putting their inputs in just a little bit earlier than those on the inside due to the amount of air that they have to travel, and that allows the formation to move as one rather than a ripple effect down the wing. You can now see that depth of the formation just stretching out to deliver it further forward with Red 8 and 9 at the rear. As they form to shape one of the most iconic aircraft in history. Once again, the smoke comes on. This is Concord.
Here we go, folks. Concord manoeuvre. Whoa!
The left of that sector stem is Red 3. Flight Attendant Andrew McEwen, known as Macca. Macca again is in his third year of the team. He flew the aviation with the United States Marine Corps on exchange before coming back to the UK, and he is our first pilot to join us from the front line flying the fifth generation F-35 Lightning II, which he flew with 617, the Danfoot Squadron. And then there are 11 pilots in the team. You have Red 11, who I gave earlier, myself, Red 10, former Tornado TR4 pilot and former qualified flying instructor of the Hawk T-Mark II. And this is my fourth and final year on the Red Arrows. Coming in from the right to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Typhoon display team, this is Typhoon!
Here we go, folks. Typhoon manoeuvre. Wow!
Of course, we saw the Typhoon display earlier, magnificently by Scudley and Nate Sawyer. 1,500 hours, be assessed as above average in the air, and have one operational tour before they can even apply to join the team. Those applications get sifted down to approximately anywhere between 6 and 9 pilots. They then come and spend a week with us out in our Spring Hawk training exercise. They have a formal interview, a mock media interview, a formal flying test and peer review before they cut that list all the way down to the final 2 and 3 before they join us at the end of the season for the next season as pilots in the Red Arrows.
Here we go, folks.
Of course, the Royal Air Force is not just about air. We have recently become more interested in space and cyber, and it's paying tribute to that unique capability. In from the left, this is Apollo.
Wow!
But of course, the Red Arrows is not just about the pilots. We have a team of over 140 personnel, the engineers, the logisticians, the suppliers, the administrators, the visual communicators. And they are known as the Blues, and as I said, there are a number of Blues here at our public relations tent. So make sure you pop along and have a word with them and find out more about their role in the Red Arrows and the Royal Air Force. Red 8 are now split left and right. Red 6 and 7 fall in on the rear. The air brakes will come out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get your cameras ready for the colourful and noisy Big Vixen present.
Office, I'm going to go now.
Alright. Can we just do at least 2 more manoeuvres and then head off? A big colourful manoeuvre there, folks. Red, white.
In that particular formation, all the aircraft are flying with their air brakes out. Quite hard to see from this distance, but it's a small door at the base of the aircraft towards the rear. And this has twofold effects. Firstly, it makes the formation a lot noisier. But secondly, it makes the pilots have a higher throttle setting, thereby it produces a hotter engine gas temperature, and it disturbs the airflow outside the back of the exhaust. This makes the smoke filler a lot more fuller, and it makes the smoke colours burn a lot more brightly, and therefore we use it in certain manoeuvres of the show to enhance those manoeuvres.
There's a guy walking down there.
Excuse me, guys.
Yeah, that's
Sorry, folks, but we might have to call it there for a minute as we got to try and get the train home.
Red 8 and 9 make their way near us.